Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show just what we're doing for a little bit of school for my 3-year-old this year. He will be 3 this whole quote-unquote school year, so it's like preschool. So everything is very light, easy, and fun, but of course the teacher and me couldn't wait to get started to make a few little things that we can do every day just to introduce some concepts. First, I wanted to share, I made this 3-year-old goals, and these are some like cognitive goals I have for him, social, emotional ones, and like physical ones. So some of these I found online, but a lot of the ones online were like really basic that he can already do. So I thought of them mainly myself, but I'll link this PDF down below if it's helpful at all. But to identify letter sounds, to count to 20, recite some nursery songs, rhymes, to be able to play with another child, take turns, say please and thank you, articulate his emotions, and then for physical, just some specific things like write with, use a pencil correctly, use glue and scissors and paint. He's fully potty trained, but he still has a pull-up for bedtime, so eliminating that. He doesn't have one for nap. Use a bike with pedals, like he can do a balance bike, but this is to be able to use pedals and stuff like that. So obviously there's no rush to do these, but yeah, it's kind of fun to have goals to know that like, okay, before the year started, these things are not met, and then after the year, just to see growth that happened. Okay, so the first thing we have is our morning basket. So this is something we do in the morning when they're eating breakfast, and we usually finish up when they're eating lunch. So when they're eating, they're just kind of still and have a captive audience. So in the morning we do our devotions for preschoolers. We really like this one. It's really short little devotions. We also do our beginner's Bible. And then everything else here is just kind of like some topical stuff. I'll switch this out maybe once a month, some of the other stuff, depending on what we want to read. So it's like in here I have like these things that we get from mother and father-in-law, just like stuff that comes in the mail. These ones, the high five. It's a fun time to read these ones. I also have what we do every day is like, these are poems. So it's really fun poems. Joseph likes, we did the Gingerbread Man, he liked that one. These are all books. I got these online at Amazon. And then everything else pretty much I got at Savers. So if you have like a Savers or a Goodwill or something near you with kids books, like a used bookstore, that is the place to get them. Man, they were $1 each. So this one as well has a lot of poems. I got this at Goodwill, a story of the 10 Commandments by Chuck Smith. So it's kind of cool, like a visual thing of the 10 Commandments. This one we really like. This is Mark Brown's Playtime Rhymes. And they are like, you do hand motions with your hands. Like, whoops, Johnny, 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 whoops, Johnny. Shows you what to do with your fingers and how you can do the story with your fingers. So we do that together, and Joseph's learning those. One thing I wanted him to learn this year is his name, address, and birthday. So I'll cover up our address, but I made this little thing and laminated it. His name, his address on there, and his birthday's on there, and then every day I just kind of read it and we go over it. Lastly, I have this book I thought was really cute at Savers, What Makes You Ill. It's like a really detailed book about sickness and health and staying healthy, and so we read like from a page from that, and germs and bacteria and viruses. Super cool like illustrations. And this book of opposites, because I think it'd be good for him to know like opposites. So I also have these flashcards, like topical. Whatever I want them to like learn, I kind of just make flashcards out of. So I made these, well, I found them online, and then I, laminated them, cut them out. So this one's all fruits. There's a lot. And this one's all vegetables. And he's like learning them. He'll remember them, and Elliot likes it, and we'll talk about like what we're eating or what we've had or what's in the garden. So it's a nice thing to do while you're eating. So I'll link those down below as well. Okay, so moving on to this circle time board that I made. We've always been doing circle time, but I thought this board was a good visual to have so he could have something to look at. Someone's showing me their belly. So this is a DIY. I made most of the stuff myself. It's pretty cost effective. So the first thing is this trifold board I got at Walmart. Now this was the most expensive part. It was like $9.97, and it's like a nice, it's like Elmer's brand, but they do have them at Dollar Tree. Now they're like cardboard and they're not as big, but if you want, you can get it at Dollar Tree. I would have done that if I knew, but so it was like $10 for the board. Then here we just have like the seasons. So I couldn't find a good one online, so I just made this one myself, laminated it, and did this whole little thing. So you can tell me what the season is. Want to do the circle time too? You want to do circle time too? You got your dog book? Okay, sit down. Sit down, sir. He's very obedient.
Dada.
Uh-huh. Ellie is obsessed with dogs. So when I was at Savers, we got a couple books for him that just have dogs. This one's really cute, and there's another one that's just like puppies. So that's the seasons. Then this is, I got this online. I'll link it down below. This is the weather every morning, and he can move it to it. He loves saying that it's windy. It's usually just like sunny every day these days. And then, as you can see in some places, I just put these little command hooks and hung up some flashcards that I've made in the past. So this one is a numbers one. I had previously no like dot. I made one, but I like this one because it has the visual of the dots. So it goes up to 20. So we do that. We just, you know, flash through that real fast. Then I kind of did this by like topic. So here's like civics. So I just made this little Pledge of Allegiance on top of the flag. So we do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. He puts his hand over his heart, and so cute hearing him say these words. I have to record him saying indivisible. It's so cute. So the goal is to have this every month and kind of change out some of these monthly. So I think like this will be civics. So maybe another month we can do like, you know, presidents, or we can do maps and stuff like that. So I can have plenty of ideas for what to do next month. So they're just in these little sheet protectors, and I just, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back. It's later in the day. Elliot is down for his nap, and Joseph's having his quiet time in his room. So I thought I'd finish this with no interruptions. So we did our history civics. This is our character trait, and I have a different one I'll put a different one every month. We have our verse there that we say together. Then I have kind of like our letters. So every week we do a different letter. So we stay on one letter for the whole week. So this week we just finished A. We just finished 1 week of this, by the way. So we've only done this for 1 week, and so far so good. So I just do the letter sound. I got these online and laminated them, and we've been doing these for forever. And then I write it down with a dry erase marker here. And this I actually just made. If you have a laminator, I just made this on Canva online and then laminated it and cut it out, and it's like a whiteboard. So first I thought I needed to go buy a whiteboard, but a laminated sheet of paper works just fine. I'm sure a sheet protector would work decently as well. And then I have this box of dry erase markers, so I just use this. And then after I write it, I have him write it, and he either writes it on this, sometimes on this board, the boogie board or whatever, or sometimes on this whiteboard, which is from the Dollar Tree. I would recommend getting like a sturdier one, but I mean it works just fine. And then we do our days of the week, we sing our song, and then he has to listen. I tell him what day of the week it is, sing the song, and then he takes the star off and puts it on what day it is. And he has to listen for it, and when he hears the day, then he puts it on. So I just made these myself online, and made the star, and again, took everything, laminated it, and put the stickies right there. So then we do our month. I just found this calendar online. You can find a trillion calendars online, printed it out, and then we cross off the day that it is, and we say the date together, August 17th, 2022, and I give him the marker and he does that. So like I said, every month I'll be changing this out. And then we have our flashcards here with the shapes, and what I do with this is I'll pick one for him and say, can you draw a square? And then he'll try to draw a square. Can you draw a diamond? And he'll pick one for me. So we have 2 boards, so he'll pick one for me, and then I'll draw one. So it kind of makes it fun and interactive. I try to switch things up in the day, like if I can think of a new activity to do with it. Here's the colors. Yeah, these flashcards, I also found these ones online. I believe Teachers Pay Teachers. These were all free. I mean, colors, shapes, numbers, letters, you can find those all for free. I'll link some down below, but then you just laminate, cut them, and put them on one of these rings. These are from Dollar Tree. Okay, then we have our literature side. So I just found a random poem. We're gonna do a poem of the month. I just read this to him every day. It's kind of funny, and he already has started to like memorize little lines of it. So I'll switch this up, but this will be our literature corner. Then this is kind of like math down here. So this is counting. I really want him to learn how to count, so I just made this online on canva.com, and I'll link everything that I can down below. I also cut out some laminated and made some little apples and some oranges, and so there's 5 of each on this tree, and then we'll just have different dialogue like, hey, can you get me 2 apples? Can you give me 2 oranges? I want to make orange juice. I need all the oranges and stuff like that. Or can you put all of them back on the tree? I'll try to use, you know, can you hand me 3? Can you hand me 4? Okay, take away 2. And so we just kind of like play with this and have a little dialogue with that. I plan to keep this up, but maybe I'll do like lemons or introduce new fruits or something to keep it interesting next month. And then down here's our money. So we have penny. I think actually I found this online somewhere, and then I had the idea of actually just velcroing some actual money on here. So again, this is just for like the conversation. I'll say, can I hand me 2 pennies? Hand me 2 quarters. And I want him to be able to recognize all these first and be able to count, and then we'll work on like the value, but that's obviously like more advanced. I just want him to know penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and be able to like hand me 2 of each or whatever. So I have like a little wallet, or I'll go shopping, and we'll just play with that. So yeah, that's the whole board, and I have this little pointer from the Dollar Tree as well, so I'll use it, he'll use it. It's kind of fun. Okay, so in addition to this and the morning basket, we just have these little like workbooks and binders. Every day what we try to do with this board is his little ABC book I made, and I'm trying to show you how all this can be like super economical, super low cost. So this is a 30-cent notebook from Walmart, and I just got a Sharpie, and since we're doing 1 letter a week, I did 5 activities for each letter. So I just drew this out: A, color the apple, circle the A, and I put A's here with other letters, and then trace the A, and then we're kind of doing like 4 days a week, so we did 4 days this week. But yeah, if there's a 5th day, draw something that starts with A, and it just keeps going. So this is how to make your own workbook. It took me like no time at all. I had fun doing this. Color the B, circle the B, and it was 30 cents. You can have a year's worth of fun. Draw the cat. It just keeps going and going. Of course, gotta have excavators and stuff like that. Fire trucks. So that's the whole alphabet. And you just do 1 page a day, and you don't have to buy a workbook or whatever. So then, we don't always do the rest of these right after. Sometimes we'll do it on another in the morning, or if we're out and about somewhere, I'll bring them. But these are supplemental things that we do as well. So the first thing is this book that I did buy. This is a toddler workbook I got from Costco, and I really like it. So this was $9.50, and it has so many things in it, so many concepts. So what I really like about this is the cutting. So you can cut stuff out and then, you know, paste the books on the shelf. That's really good, JoJo.
Actually,
you're a really good cutter.
I want to do these later when it's nighttime.
You want to do those later when it's nighttime?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can do these 2 right now.
Oh, okay.
I've changed my mind.
You change your mind? That happens. So yeah, what I like to do instead of giving the whole book, because then he likes to jump around and skip around, is just tear a page out and give it to him like that. So do like 1 page a day or something.
Okay, now what does this one say?
It says color the pig in the puddle pink. Can you find the pink one?
Pink one. It mentioned pink.
You're right. So while he's doing that, I'll just show these other 2 binders. I've already shown this one. So we're still working on these math pages. As you can see, sometimes we follow instructions, sometimes we don't. But I'll link this book below. It's just math concepts for preschoolers. It's all tracing, matching, circling, so there's nothing that they have to like write out. It's everything, all things that they can do. I bought the pages online and I just print out like 20 at a time because it's like 100 pages. Then this other one I got online. This was, I don't know, maybe $7 or something. The printable, and then you just make the binder yourself. So this is a busy binder for construction. So this is really, really fun. It was a kind of a lot to put together, but I had a good time. So it's like they give you these pages and then you print out, laminate, and do all the stuff. So you spin here and then he can graph here, and then they all go in this like little baggie. So this is a fun thing to do. Construction vehicles, again, tools, and then he matches them in here. Shapes, and he matches puzzles. So I cut out all the puzzle pieces and he matches them. And another binder that we have is this toddler learning folder, and I will link it down below again. And it was, I believe, $9 or $10, and then you make the binder yourself. Again, I've already showed this on here, but I did this probably like a year ago. Now he's really able to actually like fully do it. And again, what I've learned instead of doing the entire thing, one second, Joseph, I'm going to show it, okay? Is to just pick a page. So keep going. Hi. So he's much more inclined to do something fun like this when he can have his trash truck help him. He's got it loaded in his trash truck, and that just makes it more fun, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. These are just some of the tools and resources that we use to do our little fun preschool together. So beyond this, we do have some other like Montessori shelf work type activities, like hands-on activities, and I think I might make a whole different video on that because this video is going to get too long. But I love just thinking of creative things that we can do, and I have those in a separate closet. So I'll make a whole different video on that, but this is like our daily stuff that we do. And it doesn't take that long. Jojo and I, the morning basket, we do, like I said, breakfast and lunch, and then we work on the board and careful, something from the book after Elliot takes his nap in the middle of the day for about 30 minutes. So it's about 30 minutes of this type of stuff. Side note, obviously the most important thing that you can do during the day with a kid who is 3 years old is none of this, but okay, for some reason my camera stopped recording, but what I meant to say, what I said was none of this, but instead I think the three most important things for a 3-year-old are play, uninterrupted play, open-ended play, inside and outside as much as you can, conversation, having lots of conversations with your kids, adult conversations, like using big vocabulary and just narrating your day with them, and reading to them all sorts of different things, morning, night, as much as you can, and just life skills, having them help you cook and clean and do things with you. And those things are way more important than any of this, and that's what we focus on. But this is something we do for 30 minutes a day, and it's really kind of for fun, introducing concepts, but don't get stuck on it as if you need to be doing this. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and look forward to some similar ones in the near future. Bye.